Strategy to success. The minds behind the wins. Where success meets real stories. In Mara's way. Strengthen your vision every week. Traders who broke through their limits. Turned losses into lessons. One story can change everything. You could be next. Join now. Hit the bell. Funding Pips. Built by traders for traders.
Hello and welcome back, everyone, to another Funding Pips success story. Today, we're joined by Kyreece from the UK, an intraday trader who went from blowing over 25 accounts and stepping away from trading completely to becoming consistently profitable. First of all, thank you so much for being here with us today, Kyreece. We're excited to hear all about your journey because I think a lot of traders are going to relate to many parts of it.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. I would like to ask you, how did you first discover trading and what made you actually take it seriously?
So I first come into trading when I was on holiday before, and I come across a signal group. So I was actually copy trading. I had a bit of success, to be fair. And then after a while, the guy I was copy trading actually quit trading. So I decided I need to figure this out on my own.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. Okay. So when did reality actually hit you that trading is actually much harder than it looks, and it's just not like just copying strategies and so on?
So to be honest, when I was making, like, when I put my first trade on and I made a profitable trade, I thought this is really good money. And then I kept over trading, and then I soon realized, like, this is really not easy money. You can lose a lot of money fast if you don't know what you're doing. I used to have a lot of days where I make like £500, and then next thing you know, I've lost it all in like minutes. I'll be trading to reach that, and it'll take me about 30 minutes, and then it's just gone in minutes.
Yeah. Honestly, I think a lot of traders are going to relate to that. That's what they go through all the time. Okay, so I'll move on to my next question. It really stands out to me that you were unprofitable for around a year or so, and you lost many accounts. Mentally, what does that period do to a person? How did you manage it?
Yeah, I was really stressed, to be honest. I was just constantly blowing accounts. Like, I would buy an account, I'd nearly pass phase one. I'd be like £20 away from phase one, and then I'd just end up blowing the whole account. Like, I was just too, like, forcing trades too much. And yeah, I just got to a point where I just had enough of losing money, and in the end, I just quit for like 3 months, and then I just was practicing on demo trading. I came back to it, and on the demo trading, I was just treating it like I cannot lose this money. And then I had success on the demo trading, and then I took it to live trading, and since then I've been profitable.
Yeah, that period must have been very frustrating to you. But the fact that you still came back after stepping away says a lot about you. It's amazing. It's very resilient. Um, so a lot of traders watching this struggle with consistency. Most traders do. What do you think finally changed for you after that year of failure?
To be honest, I was trading every session, like, just as much as I can. I didn't really have a structure of trading, so it got to a point where I finally, like, found a system that was working for me, and eventually, like, I would just stick to the same session around the same time, like between like 2 hour time frame, and I found consistency doing that.
Okay, amazing. All right. So let's dig in more into your actual approach in trading. You did just mention that you're using daily time frames. And earlier you said you use time frames for bias and lower time frames for confirmations and structure alignment, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
So
that's
can you
correct.
break that down in a simpler way for newer traders that are watching?
Yeah, sure. So I only trade gold. So when I'm trading gold, I'm going on a daily time frame. I mainly trade New York sessions. So I like to let the Asia session and London session play out. And
Mhm.
then I know what, like, the daily candle, like what direction it's going. And then I come back to the lower time frames, the hour four, the hour one, and they have to align with the daily time frame, like the same trend and same direction. And then on the 15-minute is where I'll execute my entry. And it's as simple as that. I try to keep it simple because the more confusing it is, the harder it is.
Yeah, that actually makes complete sense. And it is something newer traders genuinely need to hear, that sometimes it's just about simple and consistent trades that you take throughout your sessions.
Definitely.
So you mainly trade gold. What is it about?
I only trade gold, yeah.
Okay, so what is it about gold that fits your personality and style best?
To be honest, when I first started trading, when I was following the signal groups, it was only gold. Like that's all I knew. And then when I started trading, I just carried on trading gold. And when I go to other pairs, I just find it really boring. Like I can't. It's really slow. Like I like the volume of gold because there's always big movements. I like to catch big movements. And on the other, like when I trade another pair, I just can't seem to get the rhythm like I do with gold. That's pretty much it.
All right, simple. I like that. Okay, so let's dig into your risk management, huh? So most traders struggle at risk management. What's one risk rule you absolutely never break now?
Big lot sizes.
Big lot sizes. Can you
Yeah.
elaborate?
So when I trade, I tend to stick to the same lot size for every trade. Because for me personally, that it makes it so when I'm trading, if I make more pips, I'm a profitable trader, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
when I change my lot size, if I lose a trade, so I put a bigger lot size on, then it just changes the whole like data of it. That's for me, that's what is the biggest game changer, which
Yeah.
has made me profitable. When I stopped changing my lot size, I managed to stay a lot more consistent.
Yeah. Risk management is really what keeps traders in the game long term, and everyone should keep that in mind always. So let's talk more about your FundingPips rewards. So far, which one of them felt the most meaningful to you and why?
Definitely my first bet with FundingPips because I heard a lot of good things about FundingPips, especially about how quick they pay out. And yeah, they didn't let me down. I got my payout within under 24 hours. That's the quickest I've ever got a payout.
Amazing. You did tell us earlier you bought tickets to Thailand with those, right? So, did it affect anyone around you as well? Did you enjoy that moment with anyone else?
Yeah, me and my girlfriend, we went to Thailand. So yeah, they brought the tickets for that, which was obviously a great feeling.
That's amazing. That's a very good way to spend rewards. You treat yourself, I guess. Um, Moments like that probably make all the hard work feel really worth it. Um, okay, so I'd like to ask our watchers if you are enjoying this interview so far. Leave your questions for Kyreece down in the comments, and we'll come back later in the interview and ask him some directly from the community. So going back to the questions I have lined up for you. As we all know, trading psychology is honestly one of the hardest part of this industry. How do you personally manage your emotions after losses or difficult trading periods? I guess we lost Kyreece for a while. So for the community, please do leave your
Sorry,
questions. Yeah,
sorry,
and he's back. Hi.
sorry.
That's fine.
Sorry. What was the
Have you got
question
the
again?
chance to hear it? Yeah, no problem. I'll repeat it.
Yeah.
So I was asking you about your trading psychology, and we all know it really is one of the hardest parts of this industry. So how does Kyreece manage his emotions after losses or difficult trading periods?
So when I go on a losing streak, I tend to, if I take two losses in a day, I tend to stop trading, and that starts with I straight away just log out of my account, and so I just can't keep going back on the app. I log out the account. Yeah, and that's the main thing I do.
Okay, so
That
you
like
step
that.
away. You take some time away from trading. Do you
Yeah,
do
I log
anything
out.
to regulate yourself? Do you have any exercises or practices that you do?
Yeah, I'd go to the gym. I try to keep healthy. I think to be a consistent, like profitable trader, you need to have a healthy mindset. If you have a negative mindset, your psychology is going to be all over the place.
I think that's exactly where trading becomes more about you, the trader, rather than just the charts. All right. So, what's the biggest mistake you repeatedly see newer traders making?
I would say, well, like people who are trading themselves or people who are just getting into trading.
Both. I would
So
love
I'd
to hear
say
your insight.
people copying signal groups. I don't think you're ever going to make money trading long-term copying signal groups. And I think low risk rewards underrated. I think
I'm I think I'm losing you. Can you make sure your mic is plugged in?
Hello?
Yeah, that's perfect. Can you repeat what you said, please?
Yeah, I think low risk to reward is underrated. I think if you're aiming for high risk to reward all the time, you're really going to struggle, because I see some people online putting like 7 risk to reward for every trade. You're just not going to be consistent enough with that type of risk to reward unless you're doing
All right.
unless you're not trading like as regular. But some people trading every day, like 7 risk to reward on gold, you're just not. It's just not going to work long term.
Yeah, I get that. How about we go back to some of the questions that the community are asking you? They seem very excited. So we have one question here that says, how do you overcome drawdown?
Well, I really struggle with that, to be honest. So when I was with before, when I was trading a while ago, I was like, I kind of mind like discipline. So if I was to like lose 2 trades and I go into drawdown, I'm not allowed to trade until the next day. So I just keep doing that, and I believe in my system.
I think your mic is we can't quite hear you well. I think it's
Okay,
breaking.
is it my mic or the connection?
No, I think it's the mic because I can see you quite well.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just plug this in.
Sure. And for the viewers, you can keep dropping the questions, and Kyreece will gladly answer them as best as he can. So someone is asking, how many accounts have you blown? You already told us that they were 25 accounts. Am I correct?
Yeah, is that better? Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, it's way better. Okay, so someone's asking about the accounts you had before you became profitable. Do you want to tell them more about your experience with your accounts?
Yeah, so when I first started trading, I didn't really have any, like, I didn't have a system. I just brought an account and tried passing it. And I was just literally blowing accounts. Sometimes I'd break accounts in a day. It was that bad. And yeah, it added up to 25 accounts in the end. I think I passed 2 phase ones, and I got to 1 funded account and I blew it on the first day. My psychology was it just wasn't good enough at all. Yeah. I think you have to go through that though as a trader to become a good trader. Otherwise, you won't go through that.
Agreed. Agreed, Kyreece. Okay, so we have another question coming in. What account size do you usually use?
I usually go for 50Ks upwards. So I trade with 50Ks to 100Ks, and they tend to work for me. I like the 50Ks because sometimes you can get a 50K for a nice price, and the 100Ks are obviously they're a lot better because they're bigger accounts. So they're the 2 accounts I'm trading with at the moment, just 50Ks and 100Ks.
All right. And someone is asking us to ask if you can dig deeper a little into your strategy and risk management. If you can say a little more about that.
Okay. What do they want to know? So more about my
Strategy and risk management. Yes.
Okay, so when I'm actually looking for the lower time frame confluences, I'm looking for quite a big pullback on the 15-minute. And because I'm trading gold, I need to get in really quick. I don't use I'm more manual, so I'm waiting for that point to as much drawdown in my trades. That's it on the strategy side. It's a very simple strategy. I don't confuse it, because before when I was trying to do all these other things, it was just I'd get lost, and then I wouldn't really like find trades. Whereas now I tend to find a lot more setups, and it's a lot cleaner to trade like that. Especially gold for me personally. When gold's in a very clean trend, it just keeps going. You just have to make sure you get the right entries. But if you get the wrong entry, when gold's it pulls back and then takes you out. I also don't use break even when I'm trading.
I like that. Your approach sounds very structured. So before we wrap up, Kyreece, I would love if you can give one message you'd want every struggling trader watching this interview to remember. Yeah,
Hello?
You're back. I can hear you.
Sorry,
now.
what did you say? Did you say one message I'd give a struggling trader?
Yes. To all the traders that are watching, what message would you give them? What advice?
Okay, so if you're first starting out trading, I'd advise to start with the smallest funded account, so you don't blow through a lot of money, and then scale up and take your time with it. Don't rush the process. That's what I'd advise to a new trader just starting out. And if you are trading now, like you've been trading for a while, if you take losses in a day, just accept the losses, accept red days. Don't try and make every day a green day. That's another thing in trading for me as well. I've had to learn how to accept a red day, because if you don't accept a red day, then red days can just go from -1% to -7%, and then it's a blown account very quickly.
That's a very good advice. It's an amazing advice, actually. And hopefully this motivates traders who are still in the middle of the struggle phase and they keep going. So I would like to thank the viewers for watching with us today. And honestly, Kyreece, thank you again for sharing your journey with us today. I think what makes stories like yours powerful is that people only see the profitable side in the end, but they don't always see the year of failure, the blown accounts, the doubt, or the sacrifices that you had behind it. And to everyone watching, Kyreece is a big example that progress in trading rarely looks perfect while you're living through it. So stay disciplined and trust the process, keep learning, and remember, you could be next, because consistency is built and not born. We'll see you guys in the next FundingPips success story. Thank you, Kyreece.
Thank you.